Hello everybody, my name is Marsh, and these are my predictions going into the final stretch of Wheel of Time. Starting out, if you could leave a like and subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated, and let's go ahead and get into the video now. So going into the final stretch of the Wheel of Time, what I consider the final stretch is book 11 through 14, and I just finished the slog not too long ago. I segment the Wheel of Time into three major parts: the beginning, the slog, and the end. Beginning being books 1 through 7, slog being 8 through 10, and the end being 11 through 14. Now, I have not read 11 through 14 yet. Please, please, please do not give me any spoilers at all. In fact, if you're going to talk about any story aspects or try to correct me in any way in the comments, please do not do that. I do not want to be spoiled at all. In fact, I am considering turning off comments just because I do not want spoilers, because I'm so close to the end. Going into the end, though, I have a few things I wanted to predict. First, I wanted to go over each character and sort of where I see their story going. I'm probably going to be totally wrong, and do not correct me, but I'm going to give my thoughts out here right now about it. So, starting with the big boy Rand. Now, the slog kind of ruined one of my predictions. I actually didn't think he was going to cleanse Sidene, to be honest. I do know one thing that happens with Rand because of book covers. I know he's going to lose an arm, and I believe it's protecting Elaine. I don't know how, when, where, what happens with that, but I do know that. And so what exactly do I think is going to happen with Rand? I think he's still going to be crazy, and I think he's going to still hear Lews Therin. Those effects aren't totally gone, and I don't know if it's necessarily him being crazy either with Lews Therin in his head. One of my predictions is that he is going to separate from Lews Therin in some type of way, whether that's Lews Therin becoming himself in Tel'aran'rhiod, or if that's him becoming his own entity, or finding a way to satisfy Lews Therin's past and put him to rest, maybe. In terms of Tarmangaiden and what I think is going to happen with that, I think he will survive all the way till the end. Because everyone talks about the Chosen One trope, I think it would be too easy to kill him off at the end as the Chosen One, to be honest. I think that, if anything, I think it would be smart to kill him off and he solves all climate change and world hunger and everything, but that's a little too happy. But I know the end is super satisfying, but I just feel like it's not going to be that obvious. And I don't think it's going to take the route of him solving everything and then being alive and happy and nothing happens to him. If he does survive, I think he's going to have major repercussions, whether that's injuries, being disabled in any way, or struggling with something overall, PTSD. He's going to have some type of repercussion for solving these things. But I don't really know what he's going to do per se. He's probably going to use Kalendor, just from the cover I've seen with Memory of Light, him holding it up. And he's probably going to go to Mount Doom and kill the big bad. But maybe he'll wipe out all Sidene and Sidar, so no one could ever use it again. Just a thought. Maybe he'll do that. So he cleansed it, but maybe he just feels like it's too much of a hamper and a struggle on everyone, and so he'll do that. That could be possible. That's really my only thoughts with Rand, though. Going into the other aspect of things, let's go to Mat. Obviously, according to prophecy, Mat's going to marry Tuon, the daughter of the Nine Moons, so that will happen with them. But do I think he's going to take a more responsible general aspect of things, or is he going to be more of a gambler like he usually is? I actually think he's going to continue to be a general, but he'll marry Tuon, and he'll be able to make an alliance with the Seanchan and have them fight for Rand at Tarmangaiden. And so he's actually going to become a Seanchan, but he's going to do that, have him fight for Tarmangaiden, and in return he's going to leave the continent and go back to Seanchan because he has to stay with Tuon, and also because he's not able to compromise on everything. Part of the compromise, let's say, if they give up using Soldam and Damani, then by doing that and getting rid of those, like the bracelets and necklaces that control the Aes Sedai and people could channel, perhaps by doing that, they don't agree to getting rid of that. but they agree to go back to Shanshan, maybe. I don't know. That could be a little too happy. The other aspect is he can end up turning on Rand and having to kill Rand at the end, maybe. Don't think that's going to happen, though. It's interesting. I don't know. Perhaps he causes a civil war with the Shanshan as well. Let's say he marries Tuon, and half of them continue to fight. Sort of like how the Shido split off with the Aiel. And so they have a sect of Shanshan fighting a sect of, Shido Shanshan. With that, that's sort of like where I'm thinking. I have no clue, honestly. That's part of the thing I'm excited about with the end of these books. I don't know what's going to happen. Going back to that, though, we have Perrin, the third boy of Emmonsfield. My good old boy Perrin, he will save Fael. He's going to finally get Berlane off his back and get Fael to fully trust him. I think he'll have a kid as well with Fael, to be honest, once they get back together. He'll definitely have a kid with her. He's going to become the Lord of Two Rivers and resurrect Manetheren. And honestly, there's not much else I would predict for him. I think he's going to eliminate the Shido, though. He's obviously going to fight for Rand. And he's going to make Manetheren secede from Elaine and Andor. That's what it is, Andor. But not much predictions with him. It's kind of harder to say because I feel like Robert Jordan doesn't like Perrin for some reason. He doesn't write about him. He was my favorite character, but he just doesn't write about him so often that I kind of like forgot about him and pushed him to the wayside after the slug. So we'll see what happens with that. Egwene Alver. So Egwene ending with the slog, the very last moment across with the Twilight, she gets captured by the White Tower. I think somehow she will escape or get them to revolt against Elaida. She will take over the White Tower, but it is going to get destroyed by the Shanshan, as prophesized by her own dream. And I think she will also be able to pass the thing where the kin is where any Aes Sedai that wants to retire can go so that they can live longer. However, I do think the tower is going to get destroyed at one point by the Shanshan, and the White Tower is going to have to make an alliance with the Black Tower, like they were mentioning, but I think it's going to actually happen because they have no choice, and they're going to have to ally with the Black Tower to get the White Tower back from the Shanshan. Meanwhile, this is happening. Matt's still with Tuon, separated. So the Shanshan are taking over it without Tuon. So she's like separate from the conflict so that we still like her, I guess. I don't know. But that's basically it. They're going to ally with them. She'll get the White Tower back. And then they're going to get rid of the Red Aja. There's going to be no more Red Aja. And all the people in the White Tower are going to help at the final battle in Tarmangaiden on that side. That's basically all I can think of with her. She's going to remain Amerlin, though, and she'll go through everything I just mentioned prior. Elaine's going to have her children. She'll become the Queen of Andor. Enough of this politicking that happens in the slog. We know she's going to be queen, despite what all the other suitors and people are trying to do. She'll become the queen. She's going to do something stupid. I feel like she's going to get captured by a Forsaken, prompting Rand to save her and the kids. I feel like the kids may die, the twins, or something else may happen to them. Perhaps, I don't know exactly. Maybe they're born into Tel'aran'rhiod and they didn't exist, or something tragic is going to happen to them. Because you never hear about the kids whenever they're talking about Wheel of Time, at least an outside perspective of someone who's never read it. And so I don't know if that's just people hiding spoilers very, very well, but I don't think they're going to survive. Happy ending, they survive. She gets Andor, she marries Rand, he survives, they're all together and happy, blah, blah, blah. He's the king and the dragon. But let's go with the sad ending. Okay, and Aviendha. I think Aviendha's also going to have a kid with Rand. Min's not going to. She'll become a wise one, though. She'll end up being a leader of the Aiel and helping fight the last battle, and she's also going to help eliminate the Shido as well, as a wise one. I think she's going to leave, though, at the end of it all. Even though she's married Rand, she's going to want to go back to the Waste. Min. If any of them are going to die, I think it has to be Min. I think he has the strongest connection with Min emotionally, with the way that they handle everything. She goes with him everywhere, and she has predictions. But I think she's too good of an asset to have. So I think she's going to die at one point. How? I don't know. What's going to happen to her? I don't know exactly, but I think she'll die. We'll see. I don't know how dark Robert Jordan's going to be. I'm thinking like George R. R. Martin here, where they kill all the main characters, but we'll see. If any of the three of them have to die, I'll choose Min. Nynaeve. Nynaeve is going to... I think she's going to retire from the Aes Sedai once everything's done with, and just live her life out with Lan. And Lan is going to resurrect his kingdom, since he's the prince of it, and that's what's going to happen with that. And they're going to live in their kingdom together, all happy again, after the blight gets taken away from it and it's cleansed, and they'll live out their life there. And that's how that's going to happen. I don't know what else is going to happen in between with her, but I'm thinking that's what I'm choosing for her. We'll see. Okay, so that's all my predictions basically for all the main characters. There's some other side characters I don't care as much about to do any predictions for, but honestly, I have no clue what's going to happen, and that's what I'm most excited for. Having no clue what's going to happen and letting it just come straight to me. Once more, please do not give me spoilers. Please do not correct me. If anything, just give me a wink wink, a nudge nudge, and something else, your favorite emoji or something, but don't tell me what happens, please. Other than that, though, thank you for watching. If you can leave a like and subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.